Hi, I'm Alexander. Welcome to Simply Human. Having a partner who struggles with depression is challenging. You might feel helpless, frustrated, or just exhausted. And it hurts when your partner withdraws, snaps at you, or feels distant. Maybe you want to help, but it feels like nothing you do is ever enough. Maybe you're walking on thin ice, afraid that anything you say might make things worse. And maybe, more than anything, you just miss the person you love. The laughter, the closeness, the intimacy. First of all, what you're feeling is completely understandable. Supporting someone with depression is draining and can strain your relationship. The good news, you can support your partner without losing yourself in the process. In this first video, we'll look at what you should avoid. And in part 2, we'll focus on what you can do instead. At the end of the second video, I'll also share 2 book recommendations that I often give to clients. So let's start with the 5 don'ts. First, pep talk and motivational phrases. People with depression often struggle to find motivation even for the simplest tasks. Everyday decisions can feel overwhelming and they lack the energy to just get going. Naturally, as a partner, you might step into the role of a motivator. Maybe you have said things like, "Come on, chin up, it will get better. Look how nice the sun is shining." Or even something tougher like, "Come on, pull yourself together." This reaction is understandable. You want to help, to shake them out of it. But the misunderstanding lies in the thinking that depression is just a matter of willpower, discipline, or effort. It's not. No one chooses to be depressed, and in many cases people are fighting with all the strength that they have left. They want to feel better, but they are exhausted, drained, and unable to simply snap out of it. Instead of lifting them up, pep talks often backfire. They can make your partner feel pressured, misunderstood, or even ashamed of their condition. Some may withdraw further. Others might react with frustration or anger. What helps more is simply being there, without trying to fix, push, or motivate. Second, criticism or blame. In relationships, frustration can easily turn into criticism. Maybe you feel hurt by your partner's behavior. Maybe you're afraid they don't love you anymore, since nothing you do seems to lift their mood. Perhaps they no longer want to do things with you, and even physical closeness feels distant. In such moments, it's easy to slip into emergency mode, lashing out, criticizing or blaming. "I can't take this anymore. This isn't a life with you. You're always so negative. Others have it much worse. You only think about yourself," and so on. For someone with depression, this is especially painful. They are already battling intense self-criticism and negative thoughts. Hearing these words from you can feel like confirmation of their worst fears. That they are a burden, unlovable, or beyond help. That doesn't mean you have to suppress your feelings, but expressing them with care and without blame makes a huge difference. Third, impatience. When weeks or even months go by without visible improvement, it's natural to start hoping for change. But saying things like, "It's about time things got better," only adds pressure. Depression isn't a choice. No one stays in this state voluntarily. Impatience, even if unintentional, can make your partner feel like they're letting you down. This in turn may cause them to withdraw even more. Instead of focusing on progress in a way that creates pressure, try to acknowledge their small efforts and remind them that you're in this together without expectations or a timeline. Fourth, forcing solutions. When you love someone, It's natural to want to help. The urge to offer solutions is strong. You just need to exercise more. Why don't you meet up with a friend? Or just try to think more positively? But depression isn't just a mindset that can be changed with logic or willpower. It's not that your partner hasn't thought about all of this. They may simply not have the energy or see any point in it. What's meant as encouragement can sometimes feel like an accusation. Is if they're not trying hard enough. Instead of pushing for solutions, focus on listening and validating their feelings. Sometimes knowing they're not alone is the most helpful thing you can offer. Fifth, self-sacrifice. It's not your responsibility to heal your partner. You can support them, but they have to take the necessary steps themselves, whether that's starting therapy or following through with recommended actions. Your compassion is valuable, but it should never come at the cost of your own well-being. If your entire life starts revolving around your partner's depression, it can become harmful to both of you. Your partner doesn't need self-sacrifice. They need a stable, healthy partner who also prioritizes their own needs. One last thought. Supporting a partner with depression is incredibly challenging, and it's only human to fall into these patterns sometimes. Be kind to yourself. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You don't have to have all the answers. You're learning too. That's it for the 5 most important don'ts when supporting a partner with depression. I'd love to hear your thoughts, experiences, or any questions you might have. Have you ever been unsure how to support a loved one going through depression? Or perhaps you have faced challenges with some of the don'ts I mentioned today. Feel free to share in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. In the second part of this video, we'll dive into the 10 do's, the positive steps you can take to make a real difference in your partner's journey. Be sure to check it out, and remember, you're not alone in this.